You think you do, but you don't.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 5 of the Journey Leveling series. We are currently in Loch Medan and we're about to complete our Mage class quest. We need to get 6 Rift Gems from the mine. After that, we're going to head over to the other side, go over to the Farstrider Lodge, do the quest there, and complete finding Bingles and Bingles tools. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started with today's video. Alright, so we've made it to the mine to get the materials for our Mage class quest. So we need to get 6 charge Rift Gems. So this would take a couple of minutes. And I do find it interesting that they use the same spawns for a previous quest. Makes it a little bit easier, I guess, on Blizzard's part of not having to code in new things. But it maybe would have been cool to have like a bucket or a barrel or a mine cart where we get the Rift Gems from. So let's get these Rift Gems and hopefully get this quest complete. So a problem we're eventually going to run into around the level 30 plus bracket is we're going to not have enough quests in order to level without grinding. Turtlewild has put in a couple of things to help out a bit with that. One of them being tents, so players can set up tents, which increases your rested XP. So after like 5-10 minutes, you can usually get like 2 levels worth. There's also war mode, so you can put on a PvP flag and it increases your XP by 30%. But as I'm playing a mage, something else that I can do is use the AoE leveling build with talents. And when I run out of quests, I can then supplement with grinding. And that should be able to keep me on a decent enough level track in order to level and do all the quests without having to, mess up the flow of the game. So that's our plan once we get to a bit of the higher leveling brackets. But for right now, we got lots of quests to do. So we're going to get them done, and hopefully by the end of the video, we can finish off with a Deadmines run. And there's our last charge Rift Gem. So we'll be able to head back to Stormwind and get our Mage class quest handed in and get a nice set of robes. But before we do that, we're going to go over to the other side of the loch and complete finding Bingles and the quests over at the Farstrider Lodge. Run past these guys. Oh, don't mind me. And here's Bingles. Thankfully, the bears didn't eat him. Alright, so we're heading over to the Farstrider Lodge. There's been a couple of changes to this area as High Elves have been added to the Alliance. And this is the High Elf starting zone. So we'll see how they've changed maybe the locations for mobs and quests. But yeah, let's head over and get these quests started. So after a bit of searching, we found the mountain buzzards. We've also collected all the quests. So after we complete this first quest, as there is a timer, so we do have to get it done, we'll do the crocodile hunting, head over to get Bingle's missing supplies, and probably get, hopefully, to level 19, maybe a little bit past that. There is boar number 5, so we can hand that in, and I believe after that we'll get the quest to go kill Old Sooty. Let's fast forward. Alright, with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to spare, we can hand in a Hunter's Challenge. Now we'll be able to get the Old Sooty quest, but we have some green quests we're going to finish before we do that. So we got to go get the Crocodile hunting done, Bingle's missing supplies, and then that should be Loch Medan taken care of for now. Then we'll return back to Westfall, get all the quests done, and hopefully finish off with Deadmines. So we gathered all of Bingle's supplies, we've gotten all of our crocodile materials, so we're going to hand in these quests. We're going to make our way over to Stormwind and then head over to Westfall. So, see you in a bit. Here are your supplies back, Bingle. Try not to lose them next time. Alright, let's go hand in the crocodile hunting. So we've picked up the People's Militia. Now we're on our way to the hills behind the Deadmines. We have a lot of Defias to kill, so it should take a bit of time. But hopefully that, along with the coastline quests, so killing the Murloc and handing in the oil for the lamp, should take us to level 20. So let's start killing some Defias. There's our first Defias down. 24 more to go. Boom, there's our last Defias. So we're going to head back to Sentinel Hill to hand in this quest. Then we're going to go fly over to Stormwind and make the walk over to Red Ridge to do the introduction quest there. And that should easily take us to level 20. Let's fast forward. So after a brief walk, we've made it over to Red Ridge. So we're going to do the introduction quest. So we're going to go get the tools at the bottom of the lake. We'll get Hillary's necklace. And that should probably take us to level 20. Then we're going to go back to Stormwind, get all those nice spell upgrades, our next rank of Frostbolt, our teleport to Stormwind, and it's going to make questing a lot smoother. There's Hillary's necklace. Now let's go get the tools. After being followed by this very rude Murloc, we've located the lost tools. So once we hand in this quest, we're going to hit level 20. There's level 20. Very nice. So now let's head back over to Stormwind and get our spells. We've gotten all our essential spells. We're picking up our teleport to Stormwind. We leveled up our tailoring. So now we are ready to head back over to Westfall, finish up the Defias quests, and get all the quests together for a Deadmines run. Before we get to the next step in our Defias quest chain, we're going to head down to the coast to pick up the Captain's 3 quests. So the first one's going to be really easy since we already have the oil from killing those Harvest Watchers a couple episodes ago. So we'll be able to quickly hand that in and complete one of the 3 quests. After that, we have to go on a little bit of a hunt for Murlocs across the coast, and then we have to kill a named Murloc, which is usually camped, but spawn rates are pretty fast on this server, so I don't think we're going to be waiting too long. So let's get her done. So while we're killing these Murlocs on the coast, in private server news, I hear that Felmist 3 is going to be launching on the 27th of July. So I'm most likely going to be playing on there, probably not at launch. I usually don't enjoy playing at servers at launch, usually way too busy. Mobs are too camped. So I'm going to most likely be playing a hunter, probably on Horde, either a Blood Elf or an Orc. And I'll probably play casually here and there because I'm going to focus namely on Turtle WoW since in general I prefer vanilla over TBC and I do not really have the time to dedicate to the TBC endgame. I think it's going to be a fun server, so if you're into TBC, give it a look and yeah, enjoy yourself, you know. Hopefully we're seeing a renaissance of private servers like we saw back in, 2015 to 2016, as a lot of people aren't really too happy with the decisions that Blizzard has made with the game. So for now, the answer seems to be private servers. If you don't really want to play private servers, but you're still craving that MMO feel, if I had to recommend another MMO, I'd probably say old school RuneScape. It's probably the best MMO on the market right now. It's not too expensive. It's a little grindy, but the questing is really fun. And if you can get past the older style of graphics and the way that the game plays, you'll have a really good time. I'm working on getting a quest cape on my main. Maybe I'll get it done. It's not something I'm really pushing really hard towards. I got Barrow's gloves a couple of weeks ago, so I was pretty happy about that. And I've just been enjoying playing some old school, on mobile, on my phone, while I'm at work, on my work computer, just to kill some time. So we see old Murkai off in the distance. He's already been picked up by another character. We're going to invite them to group. Hopefully they're not hardcore. They accepted, awesome. So let's kill old Murkai and hand in these last couple quests after we go and kill our final Murloc. There's old Murkai dead, and we got his scale, and we just have one Tide Hunter left to kill, and then we'll be able to hand in these 2 quests. Excellent. So we've just handed in those last 2 quests to the captain. So we're going to continue with our Defias Brotherhood quest chain so we can get all of the prior quests done. Quick break for a drink of water. So we've located the Defias messenger. So now we are going to pick up the mysterious message, run back to Sentinel Hill, and then do the escort quest. All right, so we were able to find a group to do the escort quest, so we're just currently waiting for the respawn. After that, we'll escort them over and then try and find a group to do a Deadmines run. So let's hurry up and wait. So we brought the Defias trader over to the entrance of the Deadmines. Didn't take too long, maybe like 10 minutes. So now we're going to run back, hand in that quest, and try and find a group. So after about a 10-minute wait, we just got a group to do the Deadmines. We're pretty well leveled. We got our tank level 21. We got our druid healer. We have another mage. I think they're level 21. And a warlock, which is our lowest level, level 18. We should have more than enough DPS and healing to get this dungeon done without too much trouble. So let's head on over to the Deadmines and get started. The dungeon's been going pretty smooth so far. We've been able to do some pretty big pulls as we have both myself and the other mage who are able to do some pretty good AoE. So we're on the first boss right now. Shouldn't be too much of a challenge. The two ads didn't even come over when we aggroed the boss. I thought they were a part of the fight, maybe just with the scripting on this server. So we have one of them currently sheeped, and now we're just going to burn down the boss. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. So see you guys in a couple minutes. There's the first boss down without too much trouble. Now we're going to head over to the next room and hopefully clear this dungeon in about, 45 minutes to an hour. Here's some of that big AoE that I've been mentioning. Just myself and the other mage, we can really just let the blizzards come down and clear through these trash packs pretty quick. We've made it to the second boss. Our tank's just about to pull. There's not too many strats in these early level dungeons, so just really us burning the boss down as quick as possible and trying to get this dungeon done as fast as we can. Out of mana, but there's no problem. We just burn that boss down real quick. Very nice drop on the gloves there. We're going to need for those. And now we're going to head over to the next boss. See you in a bit. It's on this attempt where we have a couple of problems. So instead of killing all the ads, we go straight to the boss and we're going to pull him over here, which shouldn't be too much of an issue so long as no one pulls any additional mobs. I'm not sure who in the group pulls. I think it might be this mage when they cast Blizzard, or it could have been the warlock. But as you can see, we've pulled 2 or 3 of those goblins from the side, and it's going to be a wipe. The tank is unable to sustain all these extra mobs hitting him. We have goblins coming in left, right, and center. And that's attempt 1 ending in a wipe. Not too big of a deal. We can just come back, but our mage decides to quit the group. So now we got 4 people left and we're over halfway through a dungeon. So getting another group member is going to be pretty difficult. Are we going to be able to find one? Are we going to foreman it? You'll just have to wait and see. So now let's do this corpse run back. On our second attempt, we don't have any problems. I'm sheeping the extra mob and we're just going straight DPS on the boss. So we're going to get him down real quick, and then we'll refocus that sheep mob at the end of the fight. If we'd have did this in the first place, maybe that mage wouldn't have left. But, it's no big deal. Wipes happen. No sense of leaving a group over it, but the past is the past. So let's continue with this dungeon and head on over to the next boss. So we just pulled the boss, and you can see we have 2 mobs that have spawned. I tried sheeping one of them, but unfortunately our tank thunderclapped, which broke the sheep. The issue with this, with being 4 people, we really have to take it slow and be more cautious and avoid pulling too many of the mobs. So as you can see, we're focusing down on that first ad, but as he gets to his next phase, he's going to hit us with a stun where it's not going to break when we're stunned. As you can see, I'm checking back over on that target and re-sheeping every 15 seconds. So we just got hit with the first stun. He's going to go run, switch his weapon. At this moment, I really wish I bought that 30-second sheep. I usually only do the 20-second because I generally don't need the 30-second while I'm leveling, and I prefer to use the 20 silver on something else. So we're DPSing the boss, burning him down, burning him down. And you can see the tank is literally about to die. Oh crap, we just got hit with our stun. My sheep, I don't think it's going to make it. It's going to pop. And there we go. Bam, he just kills the tank. Can we finish it? But we got a soul stone on the tank. He's at a quarter health, so we should be able to take him down, no problem. A little bit of a sloppy attempt, but we still get the kill. Down he goes. Very nice. We've made it to the final boss, and the strat for this, we have 2 adds that attack with Van Cleef. Usually you just focus down the adds and then go on to the boss, but unfortunately we only have 4 people in our party. So I'm going to sheep 1 of the adds, then we're going to go kill the second, return back onto the sheep, and then DPS down the boss. So let's see if we can get it on our first attempt. Spoiler alert, we do not, and you'll see why. So you can see we have the moon sheep, and now we are currently DPSing down the other ad. He popped out of sheep, but that's no big deal. I'm going to resheep him, and we're back to burning down the ad. He's unsheeped again, but doesn't matter. We're going to go straight onto that. As you can see, our tank is getting really, really low on health. Our healer does have mana issues in this fight, but I think they have some issues with downranking spells. I think they're using too high of a rank of healing touch. So we got the boss. He's 3/4 of HP left. We're trying to take him down. As you can see, boom, our tank goes down. Van Cleef only has a quarter of health left. I'm using evocation just to try and get some mana back. But we're going to use the wheel over here in order to reset. So if you just hop on, as you could see where the warlock is, you hop on there, all the mobs will eventually be unable to attack, so they'll de-aggro after some time. So we use the time in between this fight to pick up a strat. What we end up deciding on is, for any additional adds that spawn, I'll keep the first additional add. After that, the warlock is going to fear any additional add after that. And we're just going to focus on DPSing down the boss. So let's fast forward to our second attempt and see if our strategy works. We're back on the boss for attempt 2, and as you can see, there's no adds for the start of this attempt. I'm not sure if this is an issue with the server or it's what would happen on Classic if you wipe on your first attempt, but not having those 2 adds makes this a lot easier. So we can just focus on DPSing down the boss, and when the first 2 adds spawn, I can sheep the first one and the warlock can fear the second, and then we just focus on doing DPS. In order to alleviate, so we can see they just spawn, I'm sheeping 1. The warlock is going to fear the second one after a while. There he goes. And now we're just going to put our DPS onto Van Cleef. And this attempt should happen without fail because he only has a quarter left and we're doing pretty good on health and mana. And boom, there's Van Cleef down. So we just got the 2 adds that are left. So we're going to take those out, and then we're going to finish up with a quick kill of Cookie. So see you guys for the last boss. We've cleared out all the adds. We've made our way over to Cookie, no problem. Easy fight. And we get both Cookie's apron and the stirring rod. So very nice drops for me. Some very big upgrades. The dungeon run was a little bumpier than I would have wanted. If we had that mage not leave, it would have made life a lot easier. But at the end of the day, we got the quest done. We hit level 21 in the dungeon, and we are ready to start our 6th episode after this, where we are going to try and hit level 25. So I just want to give you guys a big thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoy and enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you next time.